sun just went down. We're gonna do some looking, see if we can find anything. The water's way back down. There's been a lot of good rain lately. Wash off that mud. So hopefully there's some goodies on the ground. All right, I'm in this spot. I was in the kayak. I had a line of charcoal up in the dirt where there had been an old fire. These rocks here, you can see all the charcoal in that rock. These rocks haven't been uncovered for possibly thousands of years, at least hundreds of years. But that's an old fire pit right in there. You see that black in the soil? That's the charcoal coming out of the hillside. This is a real good place to look. We're gonna move a little bit of stuff around. I don't wanna pull out too much, but we're gonna see if we can find something, do a tiny bit of digging here. Got a rock here. It's one of them fired rocks out of that pit. It's got some fossils. We're gonna leave it, but I just wanted to show that to you. It's pretty cool. Finding lots of good indicators. We haven't found any artifacts yet. We're gonna keep looking. Up under this tree root base here, it's pretty, I can get up here and set. It's pretty big. I can actually almost stand right here in this one spot. But there's some fired rock falling out, and we actually found a handful of good looking flint here. That almost looks like they tried to make a point out of it and gave up. Maybe a little blade. And that one almost looks like it has a notched piece, but I don't think it is. There's 3 or 4 pieces right here. This hole underneath's caving in. It'll be a good spot to look in the future. We'll keep our eyes peeled and see if we can find anything else up under here. All right, we got our first decent find. That's some type of, I don't know if it's a scraper or if it was an old point. Looks like it had been an old point come up to here, and that piece looks like it naturally came out, but you could tell where it's been worked. See the working there just below my thumb. I almost passed it up. I thought it was just a piece of sandstone sitting there and didn't think it was anything significant. There's a bunch of fired rock down here where the water's down, and it was just barely sticking up. I just happened to pull it up, and we're on the board tonight. Here's a couple big pieces of salt glazed crock I found while looking around. And also found that big old piece of flint there. Bugs on me. I don't know. See how shiny it is. Smooth. That one side almost like it's faceted, but it looks similar to the rock that my the blade I found is. It was found just a few feet away in the same spot. I'll tell you, in the daytime, I'd have never come down here and looked with all the modern stuff. I would have floated right by and probably passed this up. I'm glad I came down here at night because I look way more thorough everywhere. And I definitely wouldn't have found that blade and this big piece of flint. So there are advantages to night hunting. You're probably gonna see more stuff where you look when you day hunt, but you're just so blind to a lot of stuff on the hillside and just out on the beach that you look things over a little bit slower. So we're gonna keep looking and see if we can find anything else. I will defer back to what I said a minute ago about looking places over because it's darker. I'm in a spot I remember passing up because there's oil bottles and everything laying around that's modern. Like breaking rock too, that really throw you off and make it hard to look. And I came down at night, let me find all this. It's all over the place. But that one on the far right is a broke off tip and 2 flint flakes beside it. There's my other 2 pieces. Right here, I laid it down, wasn't even paying too much attention. But I laid it down right beside a piece of, pretty sure that's a piece, no, that's sandstone, never mind. I thought it was cord mark pottery. It had those bubbles in it. But yeah, that's a broke off tip right there on the right. And I never looked in here in the daytime. There's so many other places to look, I'd have just skipped this. So I'm glad we come down here at night again. A little bit more to add. Alright, so I didn't even get to leave my spot. I thought I found a piece of cord mark pottery a minute ago beside my point when I laid it down. And it wasn't. I turned around to wash some stuff off in the water and there were 2 big pieces sitting right there at the water's edge. I found 2 more pieces of flint right there in that same spot. It almost didn't let me leave. I kept finding stuff. I finally got down the river though and didn't see too much, and this light started dimming, so I decided it's time to turn around. We'll head back home and we'll take a look at what we found this evening. I don't know if you can see that hole there, but there's an indentation. I think that might be a starter nutting stone. I'm not 100%. If it is one, it's not a very well used one. But it kind of resembles a nutting hole on that. I'm gonna leave it. I've got 2 that have better holes than that. Alright, so that shell made a mess in my pocket. It's actually really soft. It's shell definitely, but it crumbles. It almost feels like clay. Alright, there's everything we found tonight. A piece of cord mark pottery. Those are actually some of the bigger pieces I've ever found. That might be the biggest, that one on the left. That's a nice piece of flint right there. It's really beautifully colored, and it's a little translucent. You can see through it. I held a light up to it. That's a real pretty piece of flint there. Just different flint flakes. I don't think anything of any consequence. I did think that was a notch for a minute, but I mean, see that kind of like beveling to it. I don't know. It could have been part of something. I think that might just happen as a consequence of the manufacture, some other piece that it came off of. That one kind of does it too, and I don't think that's anything. But that could have been a blade, who knows. And in the finds of the night, you can see that there where it's worked on both sides. That's the tip of a point right there. And that's actually a whole blade or point. Missing a piece there, missing the top. Probably stuck up another 1/2 inch. You can see it working on it. Those are our goodies for tonight. It was a pretty good hunt. Appreciate everybody watching.